And we can now float in midair. Perfect. This is going to make building so much easier. You have no idea how many times I fell into the void. Okay, today we're going to work towards getting the anti-gravity charm so that we can ignore gravity and walk on air. We're currently playing Skyfactory 5, and we have done some progress since the last time we played. We went ahead and created a simple Inferium farm. Besides that, I also expanded on the dye production. We have automated every single color. It took quite a bit of time, but I'm glad that we got to this point. Anti-gravity charm. What do we need to make it? So, it looks like we're going to need 3 amethyst shards, 3 bone blocks, and crystallized obsidian. How do we get crystallized obsidian? Let's see. We need a solidification chamber. We need blocks of amethyst, crystallized amber, and emerald. It looks like we also need liquid slime. In order to get slime, I believe you need dough and lime dye. I think I do have some slime. I did make some slime previously. So we got that set up. We just need to make the melting chamber. In order to make the melting chamber, we're gonna need a furnace, some quartz, and obsidian. Don't have any obsidian. Let's get 4 blocks of purple dye, 4 blocks of black dye. Let's go ahead and get that real quick. What else do we need? Quartz. We need 1 light gray, 2 white. Oh, that is a lot more quartz than I wanted. That's fine. I could manually do this, but I have technology. Bam. We made a melting chamber. Let's go ahead and plug that into our little network. So over here. Bam. Now we're going to need the slime balls. Put that in there. This will melt it. Now we're going to need to get the liquid slime out of the melting chamber. So make sure you have a singularity tank. If you don't know how to make the singularity tank, you're going to need 5 glass for iron. And we just need the basic one, so make sure to make one. Plop that down. Next thing you need is a fluid cable. So let's see, that is made with 4 brick stairs and 4 gold nuggets. Put it in between the singularity tank and the melting chamber, and then use your cyclic wrench to pipe it into the singularity tank. There we go. Now we have liquid slime. Pick up the tank. Next thing we need is the solidification chamber. Looks like we're going to need obsidian pressure plates. We need stone pressure plates. And now what else do we need? We need a block of lapis lazuli and compressed cobblestone. Let's make a couple of them. Now that we have all the materials, make the solidification chamber. This also needs to be powered up, so let's go ahead and put that onto one of the energy cables we have out here. Let's put it on top of the melting chamber, why not? There we go. Okay. Then we need the liquid slime inside of the solidification chamber, so plop it right down next to here. Attach the fluid cable. Pipe it in. Perfect. So now we also need obsidian and crystallized amber. Now, what else do we need to make the crystallized obsidian? We need blocks of amethyst. In order to make that, you need 2-to-1 magenta to purple. Back to the solidification chamber, put the block of amethyst on the bottom row. Now, the last thing we need is crystallized amber. However, we need to pipe in magma or honey into a solidification chamber. So let's go ahead and make the second one, because I did not read that far ahead apparently. Let's plop it down so it can connect to our network. Perfect. For the crystallized amber, we need fire charges, redstone dust, and a magma block. Or a fire charge, redstone, block of redstone, and a gold ingot. Let's see, we need liquid magma. We need 4 magma cream, or we can put gravel inside of a solidification chamber with lava, and that way we can get magma block. Okay, so what we're gonna do is pipe in lava and gravel so we can get magma. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, this solidification chamber isn't in use yet, so let's go ahead and take that. Let's place a fluid cable in between. Let's put the solidification chamber here. Might help if I have that. And we're gonna need to power it. Now we need gravel. Where do we get gravel? That's a good question. You could hammer cobblestone into gravel. You can mill it, which we are doing above. Let's go ahead and block this so we can get some gravel real quick. Put the gravel inside the solidification chamber with lava inside of it. Perfect. How to get the magma block into magma cream? We need a crushing macerator. A melting chamber will put this into liquid magma, which we also do need. Oh yeah, we're gonna need a crushing macerator. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna need 2 stone cutters. We're gonna need stone, make the macerator. We're gonna connect that to our network. Perfect. Put the magma cube inside of there, and it'll slowly crush it into magma cream. Alright, now that we have that, we're one step closer to making the magma cream. Just kidding. Jesus Christ. We're closer to making blaze powder. Okay, the reason we wanted magma cream is so we can make blaze powder with gunpowder and coal. So, with the magma cream, centrifugal separator. Yeah, we're gonna need a centrifugal separator. So let's go ahead and make that. Okay, we're gonna need 2 Constantan gears, which we need to alloy. We're gonna need nickel and copper, so let me go ahead and make that. Let's see, in order to make copper in Skyfactory 5, you need 3 white dyes to 1 yellow dye. Let's craft that. Block of raw nickel. Now we're gonna smelt it. Okay, so once we're cooking the nickel ingots, we need to make Constantan. So, you want to get copper and nickel, put that into an alloy smelter. You're gonna put that into an alloy smelter. Wait for it to cook. Okay, once you get some ingots, you're gonna make the gears. You're gonna need 4 ingots to 1 nugget. Make 2 of those. And now we're gonna need a compass, which is 4 iron ingots with 1 redstone dust. And now we can make the centrifugal separator. Connect that to our network. Perfect. And now place the magma cream. This will slowly separate it into blaze powder. Perfect. Okay, now do we have any gunpowder? Can we make gunpowder? That's a good question. Small pile of gunpowder, niter, and sulfur dust. What do we need to make niter? Okay, so it looks like we can pulverize sandstone in order to get niter, but that is not 100% guaranteed, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we got the pulverizer. We just need to connect it to our network, and now we need to make sand in order to pulverize into niter. You're gonna need 4 sand. 4 sand is 3 orange to 1 brown. Put that into the pulverizer, and now we wait. Okay, it's been a few minutes. We got some niter dust. Let's go ahead and take that, and the next thing we want to do is make the gunpowder. We're also going to need some sulfur. It looks like we can crush or pulverize the raw zinc in order to get crushed raw zinc as well as a chance at sulfur. So let's go ahead and make zinc. We're going to need 3 light gray to 1 lime dye. We're good to go and pulverize the zinc. I'm going to wait until the sandstone is finished, so I'll be back again. Perfect. Now that we have sulfur, let's go ahead and make the gunpowder. Go to the gunpowder recipe, move your items, make some gunpowder. Now we can go ahead and make the fire charge. Perfect. We can make the crystallized amber. We're going to need fire charge, a block of redstone. We're going to need another solidification chamber, aren't we? Bam. We're going to put the solidification chamber on our network. We're going to pipe in magma into the solidification chamber. Perfect. Now you want to put the fire charge on top, block of redstone in the middle, and gold at the bottom. And now we wait. Perfect. We got 2 crystallized amber. But now we can go ahead and continue making our crystallized obsidian. Go back to our solidification chamber with the obsidian and block of amethyst. Put the crystallized amber in the middle. And cry because you made the recipe wrong. What do we do different? Let's see. Oh, emerald at the top. Okay. Right, because I was looking at the different recipe. That's if we were using a, what's it called? Withered rose. So we're going to need emeralds. So what is the recipe for emeralds? 7 to 1 lime to green. Block of emeralds. And now we break that down to regular emeralds. Take a stack out. Put that into the top slot of the solidification chamber. And then we'll get the crystallized obsidian. Perfect. Alright. Now we can continue making our anti-gravity charm. We're going to need 3 bone blocks, which is 3 white dyes. We're going to need 3. So there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and make the anti-gravity charm. Let's see, 3 amethyst, 3 bone block, and a crystallized obsidian. Bam. And we can now float in midair. Perfect. This is going to make building so much easier. You have no idea how many times I fell into the void. Trying to do this in a little area over here. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah, that'll be all for today.